Hello and welcome to Baby Steps in Create Studio 3, Part 16, the Carousel. I'm Tony at Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 3.4.2 of Create Studio 3. Now before we continue, what I want to say is that Create Studio 3 is the latest version of the Create Studio series. The one before that was Create Studio Pro. So if anybody wants to know what the difference is between Pro and Free, Free is the newest version. So it's got all the latest updates and the new technology that's been added, right? Now, as well as that, what I'm going to do now is just carry on with a new project. So I'm going to click on either this one or that one. I'll click on this one for a change. It doesn't matter because they're both the same. And then you go to backgrounds, and I'm going to scroll down by using my left mouse key and holding it and scrolling it down with that scroll bar. I'm going to drag this green grocery along and put it onto my canvas, and I want to change the timeline to make it bigger. So I'm going to take this to the left until it gets to about 30, like that. Now I'm going to click on the end of the image and drag it across to 30, right? Basically that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to right click on the image object and rename that to BG for background. And next thing I want to do is right click on it and click lock. Then I'm going to change the timeline back to 10. So it doesn't look too much to handle, right? Okay, so now I've done that, I'm prepared, ready to put on the carousel. So what we need to do is go click on the back arrow to get off the backgrounds. Now we're going to use the scroll wheel of the mouse to scroll down to where carousel is, which is just underneath the typewriter. I'm just going to left click and drag it onto the canvas, and there's the carousel. I'll just show you how that works. At the moment that's the way it works. That's the default version, right? And when you've got it selected, obviously the settings for it come up here, right? And the first one you see is to choose a preset that's highlighted here. Right, so we just check that, and if you go on it, it'll show you what the actual movement is there. Look, you can see that in the corner, what the movement is, and there, look, so that's the next one. I'm not really keen on the ones with the bumping like that. This one looks nice because it's a nice smooth action, rectangular one. That one's the default one. I don't mind that one here, that one's okay. And this one is a square, which is just disappears and a new square appears. This one is similar to the default one, only it's square rather than rectangular. This one is a straight square going across, similar to that one there. That one is one going up in a vertical, and this one vertical with a bump, which I don't like that one either, to be honest, but this one's a straight going up, rectangular one. Okay, we're going to stay with the default one anyway, but I would just like to show you the presets. Well, with this, if you want an image, you can put the images on by just moving them onto the canvas where the carousel is. So make sure it's on the carousel area, right? If you don't, it'll come up somewhere else, right? Okay, before we do anything else, let's go to the media section, and we need to go to Pixabay, and what we're going to do is add images. You can't add videos to carousel as yet. As far as I'm aware, they're not going to do that because it would take up too much resources for your computer to put a load of videos on there, right? What I'm going to do is import 5 of these. Let's do that and import them. Right, so now I've imported them. They'll go to my media, which is here. Just click on that with my left click mouse, and then I just drag the first one over, and drag the second one over, drag the third one over, drag the fourth one over, and drag the fifth one over. Right, so now then we're on. Let's just have a look at that, see how that looks. Right, different sceneries, pretty nice. Yeah, some of that's nice. Okay, well that's how it works, right? But say you want to change something or do something different with them. Now, like say, it wasn't doing enough loops. There's a loop down here, so you can add a loop or two. So let's go back and try that and see how that looks. It continuously goes on for the 3 loops there, so that'll be pretty good if you need to do something like that. Okay, that's finished in a bit. There you go. Right, so that's doing the loops. Right, there is other things that I want to show you on here. First of all, there's a transition. Transition is the movement between going from small going up to the large and then go back to small. If you make it take longer, you can drag it across there to make it take a lot longer, and you'll see it go much slower. You can see the action, so it'll take forever. So let's just stop that, put that back to where it was, which is 1.1. Now the next thing, oh, I might have done something wrong there. What's happened? Oh, it's alright. But something had gone wrong there. Pause is another thing. So if you want to pause for like 2 seconds or something, we'll just show you what happens with that. So you pause 2 seconds for each one, like that. So it gives you the amount of time it stays at the front, right? So that's what that does, right? So you don't really need that too much. So that was alright the way it was going. Right. In fact, that's going too fast now. I need to take that up one, about 5, 6 will do. Try that. Yeah, it looks about right. 6, fine. Okay, right, now the corner radius is the corners of the actual box of the which is the mask, right? So if we change the corners, you can make it almost circular, right? So that's what happens, and it works on all the images. So whatever images is there, it'll do. Change the corners to all of them, right? You can do that to change. I'm sorry, I'm pressing the wrong one. Change that to whatever you want. Cover, that covers the area. So that means it covers the area of the container or the mask, right? If you want to contain it, it makes it smaller so it contains within the mask area, and stretch will stretch it out as far as it can. So it doesn't look much different from the cover, but there is a difference, right? And you will notice after, because I'm going to show you different items, and they'll look weird without using them for contain, etc. So we can just change that to cover for now for all of them, right? And that's that, right? I'm going to show you the next thing, which is side scaling. Let's see what the side scaling does. It makes the sides bigger. So then ones are bigger and smaller according to what you do with that, right? Let's just put them there a bit further. That's it. So that's alright. So we can see what's happening with that now. That's fine. Now side padding will push each of the side ones away from the main. When it's bigger, let's just put that in and make sure that's in the middle. Right, that's right. So side padding pushes them away from the middle one, and then let's put that back to where it was by doing click back to normal. Let's try that. right, yeah, that's fine. Right, side size. Let's just check that. That just cuts down the amount of the side you can see, right? And if I put the side padding back to very tight, you'll see in a minute when I do side size what happens. It makes the side longer, right? You want it to be longer so you can see more of the side ones. That's what you should do for, right? I'll do that like that. Okay. And side opacity, make some semi or invisible, semi-transparent or invisible. If you want to do that. And the orientation at the moment is horizontal. You can make them vertical by changing it to vertical down here. There, like that. So they come down. Let's just play it from there. Or go up, I mean, sorry. Now, if you get to the direction, it says backwards. So if you have forward, it'll come down. Right, so let's just do that. See, okay. Easing is smooth. You can change to whatever you want there. I wouldn't bother though. I prefer the smooth myself, but you can change different ones if you wish. Right, now let's put this back to where it was, which was horizontal. And now I want to show you a few other things like properties here. We've got your normal positions there, your scale. You can change the scale if you want to. You got that little lock there, which will give you the X and Y values of the scale, so you can change them if you unlock it like that. So you can change it per pixel either way. And opacity obviously lets you know whether it's transparent or semi-transparent or whatever, like that. Right, so I try 75% and so on like that. Right, so 100% is completely solid. That's what it should be. And you've also got 3D rotation X and Y, so if you want to do 45 degrees you can have them at a different angle, so like that. So it looks a bit weird, but it might be interesting as well. You could have it minus 45 to get it the other way up, so let's put minus in front of that like that, and as you can see it's like that. Right, so you could do that if you wished. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's just get back to the properties, and you can also do the same with the Y rotation. So let's do Y rotation is 45 degrees, so it's going like that. So if it's coming through that way, obviously you'd have to change the position of the end or put a door there or something, you know. Say if you want to say it's going into the door after it's showing something, you know, whatever you want to do, basically you could do that. And then you could have minus 45, so it's going back the other way. Right, let's try that and see how that looks. Right, so we start from the beginning. There you go, so it's coming out of something. That would look quite interesting, doing it that way. Right, okay, so you could do that. You could have two, put one like that and one on the other side, and have them both coming outwards, like having one going forward and one going backward. So you could do one there and one there, so you could have them both going that way. Right, so if you wanted two, you could do that. Let's just put that back to where it was, like that. That's it. Okay, so I think that's everything I can show you really. Let me just check. So I've done all them, done all that. Easy and smooth. I mean you can change the easy, that's not a problem. Properties, I've done all the properties. Flip, you can flip it. Now flip it so the pictures look the wrong way around or upside down even. You could do that. But I mean I wouldn't, but you can if there was an occasion where you needed to. That's all on there on the properties there, right? And the direction depends on which way you want it to go along. So that's forward, and backward is going the other way. Okay. Now you wouldn't really use tiles in this, would you? But you could do, I suppose. Activate tiles, so you got loads of them. You go like that, and you could do that. And if you have it at an angle, you could do it at an angle. Or you could go like that, and you could do like that. But you'd have the same picture running at the same time. So the only other way you could do it is if you had 3 going together, 3 carousels, and put one with different pictures on each one. You could do that, I suppose. Or you could change the spread of them. Now I have one there, one a bit further over there, one a bit further over there, and have them go at different times, or so you could see them in different places. I suppose you could do that. But that's basically it with this. There's not a lot more I can tell you about it, but it's a very simple thing to use and very easy. But I'm just going to take that off. Doesn't look too bad. Right. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you how to change these images to something else by clicking on here. Wait a minute, let's get off that. Go back up there to edit slides. Right. Now what I need to do is, before I do that, is go to Pixabay and click on search for fruit. Right, and get the fruit on, and I know which fruit I want. I want that, the lemon, strawberry, and there is a pear somewhere. Pears, there's pears. Right, so that's 5, right? Just going to get them, and as you can see, they'll be in my media now, and there's 5, right? So what I want to do now is I'm just going to show you how you replace the item. So you go, there's the first one, you want to replace that image, so you click on replace image. If it doesn't show a purple rectangle around the images, you need to click on the replace image again, and then once that purple line rectangles come round it, you just click on the one you want, and it'll come up there, as you can see. Now you get to the next one, replace, there you go, and then you get to the next one, replace, then the next one, replace. What did I have? Oh yeah, strawberry. And the next one, replace with the pears. Right. So, oh, I ain't done it right. To that pears, right? As you can see, half of these are cut off. Let's just go back to the beginning and show you. Oh, that's now good, is it? They're all cut off, right? So what we need to do is we need to have a look at them individually through the edit slides. Right, now that one looks okay, but it's not 100%, so what I need to do is change the scaling from cover to contain, and you can see the full thing of the bananas, and then we'll go to the cherries and contain them as well, and we'll go through that to there. That's the cherries done. The lemons, let's try the lemons. Let's go to there. Let's go stretch. That's stretched. See the difference between stretch and contain. Right, the stretch was out of proportion. Right, so we get to the strawberries. Let's get to the strawberries. The size of the strawberry. Let's get to stretch first. Try the stretch. see it's out of proportion, but if you do contain, it contains it to the right proportions, right? Then we go to the pair, right, change the cover to contain. That should be okay then once that's done. Contain, there you go. So now we'll have a look at it, and as you can see, they're all going through nicely like that. Right, so as you can see, because I've changed it, it hasn't given you the 3 loops, so what I need to is just take it down and I'll go back and give it back to 3 loops, because it didn't accept it because you changed the slide. So you need to put it back to 1 and then put it up to whatever you want it to, and it'll come up alright then. As you can see, that's doing pretty well, showing us what kind of fruit it's got. That could be a possible option for you if you wanted to do that. And that's going 3 loops now, so it'll be finished in a second. There you go. Right, now there's one more thing. If you wanted to, say for example, you want to add your own logo or something, you could do that. There's my logo, I'll just add that. I'm just going to, there it is. All I need to do is just drag it onto there. Has it gone on? I don't think it has. I need to just take that off, sorry, made a mistake there. Delete that, go back there, click on the carousel and drag it. Now that should be on there. It ain't on there. If I'm wrong now, I'm wrong again, ain't I? I've done this twice now. Right, so delete that. Went back on the carousel. I'm going to drag it onto the carousel. Right, let's go back to the beginning and drag it onto there like that. That's right. It's when the lines come up around it, like the light blue colour lines that was on there. Let me show you again, like that. Right, that's when you know it's going to go on. Right, as you can see, that needs to be changed as well. So we go to edit slides. We can change that to contain, and that'll contain the whole of my logo for this channel, so it'll be the right size. So let's just have a look through it. Say, there you go, and there's my Tony's tutorials at the end. Right, now say you've done that and then you realise you got them in the wrong order. So we go to images, edit slides, and then all you need to do, you click on one and drag it to where you want it to. So you want the logo at the front, and you want all the yellows together, and then the reds at the end. Right, so that's how you did want to do that. Whoops, I don't know what's happening there. I just wanted to put that in the beginning, and let's just show it. So like that. So that's how to get it in the right order according to what you want. Just drag them up like that. Well, it's as easy as that. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you about this, but I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I really thank you for watching my tutorial, and I hope you like and subscribe to my channel as well, and I really do appreciate it, and thank you very much for joining me. Bye.